Let's start off with this. Rick Glazer, who's a boxing insider, he's been a boxing insider since the 90s. I don't agree with everything he says, but according to him, he's heard from several sources that Leonard Ellaby has been jettisoned by Tank Davis and no longer has an affiliation with Tank. Now, if this news is true, because sometimes, Rick Glazer is not 100%. Now, if this news is true, there's only 2 or 3 things I can think of. Tank Davis is not making the money that he thought he would make after the Ryan Garcia fight. So for that reason, he's downsizing. He's probably asking the same question that the whole boxing world has been asking. What does Leonard Ellaby really do besides brown nose? Now, if Tank Davis really dropped the hammer on Leonard Ellaby and he's really unemployed, he has 2 options. He could work for Eddie Hearn at Matchroom Boxing, or he could start his own promotional companies. Since he reminds us all the time we don't know the business like he does, maybe it's time for Leonard Ellaby of Hot Dog Nose Promotions to show us fans how it's really done. Anyway, the question of the day or the night is, if Gervonta Davis retired in 2026, let's just say he finished his career out by fighting Ryan Garcia again and fighting Pitbull Cruz once again, and then he hangs him up. Is Gervonta Davis a Hall of Famer? B-Hop gives us his opinion. Out on the righteous material, it's for educational purposes only. Let's listen to B-Hop and see what he has to say.
What do you feel about that when he may or may not fight guys like Shakur or Devin? What would his legacy be then in your eyes?
I think his legacy will be in his time, which he needs to be respected for, that Tank did what most of the greats did in their time, accomplish the highest goal that you can accomplish, and also one ballot, as far as I'm concerned, Hall of Fame.
That was B-Hop. And he says Tank has done what the other greats have done. I disagree with that, B-Hop. You was undisputed at middleweight champion. You cleaned out middleweight division. Terrence Crawford, Canelo cleaned out division. When you look at other all-time greats, Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, Oscar De La Hoya, it's no comparison. The resumes on those guys, Gervonta Davis doesn't even come close to those dudes. And furthermore, Gervonta Davis tells us in our face, I'm not interested in belts and all that. I'm only interested in money. So he tells you up front, I do not want to fight the best competition out there. I just want my cash. He's telling us boxing fans in our face, I don't fight the best competition, so what? He said Tank Davis has achieved the highest goal in his profession. That's a lie. No, he hasn't. What is really crazy is he said what he has done in his profession, he should be a first ballot Hall of Famer. You talk about Sugar Ray Robinson, Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, you name it, Tank is up there according to Bernard Hopkins. If Tank was to retire in 2026, fighting a rematch with Ryan Garcia, fighting a rematch with Pitbull Cruz, and calling it a career, I don't think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. But how soft the Hall of Fame's been in these professional sports now, the NBA, the NFL, the Major League Baseball, I think Tank would eventually get in the Hall of Fame. If it was the 80s and 90s, I would think differently. I don't think he belongs in the Hall of Fame anyway, but times are different, and they would eventually vote Tank Davis in the Hall of Fame. But anyway, let me know what you think about B-Hop's comments. Tank Davis is a first ballot Hall of Famer. Jay Beasy, I'm gone.